You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and is easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean.
Yeah.
So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man, type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Maginin.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones.
I enjoy both of them, but I'm curious about their distinctions. When you say, I want Canelo, is there anyone in the camp who would say you're not ready for this? That's a big boy, he's strong, and it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you whoop his ass. Yes, man, I'm not worried about Canelo. Canelo is strong and can hit EAS very easily and effortlessly, whereas I couldn't hit clean when I fought Crawford. Now, I'm concentrating on Israel Magag in a minor way and not thinking about Canelo.
Your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Is this a prelude to your ideal battle? I don't view bouts as stepping stones. Rather, they're about now. The possibility of a match between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has long been a contentious topic among boxing fans, and Canelo has solidified his status as one of the sport's top fighters, conquering several weight classes.
5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing, not your that top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right
Anybody.
now.
Shakur #1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, Inoue, Tyson Fury.
With his unconventional approach, there is a growing perception that Crawford's skill set might be too much for the Mexican superstar. Outstanding footwork and versatility against any opponent, Crawford has already demonstrated his ability to defeat some of the world's top competitors. Giamita's Crawford Lee proves.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting.
That his skill set is exceptional. Yet, according to your opinion, who is the best fighter in the world? Terence Crawford, sometimes known as Bud, is considered by many to be among the world's top pound-for-pound boxers. His technical skill, versatility, and capacity to switch styles make him a dangerous foe.
Fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
I think
was?
it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult.
Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws.
Crawford's stellar 4,100 professional record demonstrates his supremacy in the welterweight class. top 5 boxing fighters at the moment. That's your top 5 at the moment, not your top 5 fighting right now. Champions or simply the current top 5. Shakur is without a doubt the best. He's up there. Canelo in the way.
I'll say he is the hardest for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves, 'cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing, you know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt, but it's about how you come back.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Tyson Fury corrected him. Canelo Alvarez is a formidable opponent in the super middleweight class. Canelo Alvarez is a formidable opponent in the super middleweight class. Canelo has demonstrated that he can do well in heavier weight classes, and his strength, agility, and experience make him a formidable foe. Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early.
Friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, you know, that, you know, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a legend, bro.
And keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around you. You're not the same guy. So, telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into what? 6 decisions in a row now. Scores a knockdown every time.
So, there's talk, too, of, like, Canelo and Crawford. Like, you're mentioning that you feel like Dave is just too big, too young. Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've been, travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever, everybody.
Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference. And that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen. And I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Doesn't have that. Same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys when he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing it. It was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him.
You want to fight Canelo Alvarez?
Payday. I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
That's all Bob learned from his battle with Floyd. Canelo has won against some of the best in the sport, and his ability to compete at several weight classes shows how versatile and skilled he is. Canelo's domination is mostly due to his strength, especially in the super middleweight class. He is a dangerous opponent because of his capacity to land deadly blows.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
And deflect incoming shots. This particular fight was a deadly battle based on the scoring system, with Canelo several advantages because he has faster reflexes and has longer arms. I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather when you were 23, which is really young. That's why I trained so hard.
I like Terrence's walk.
Oh, incredible.
It was fire.
Right, yeah, especially being to the fight, no one knew who really was going to win. And you can see the confidence. And I don't think real confidence you can fake.
And now I obviously wanted to defeat him because, you know, if you defeat him, you want to be the best in the world. Do you think his experience was so impressive? He's very intelligent and has all the makings of a fighter and doesn't need power in his punches. But when you're that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
Look up the definition of boxing. Please, please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you know, you ain't had a decision win in a long time, bro. You know, you known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that. But that ain't how you moving.